AP Bren versus Echo, the battle of the champions. With titles and win streaks on the line, this is arguably the most awaited series this week 3, day 2. First, let's talk about the draft. Echo respected Ogwen's Masha, and AP Bren respected Sanji's Novaria, amongst other heroes. Echo got the Roger, and AP Bren got the Brody. Coach Tic-Tac and Coach Trevor gave an astounding draft for game number 1. Looks like it will all depend in the Land of Dawn. I know expectations for this series is very high, but both teams definitely did not disappoint. JP opens the match with the first blood. Echo was supposed to get 2 or 3 more kills, but Ogwen's I'm offended saved the day.
And JP with the first blood, pero kala mabibigyan din yata, hindi makakatakot.
What's interesting here is there's always 2 cult altars available, one from Few and one from Sanji. Echo gave it their all in this fight, but Benny Cutie wasn't able to reach Super Marco in the backline. The team fights in this game are always extended, mostly because of the sustain they have. But here, Echo found the perfect opportunity and ran with it. So much control from Sanford and Carl TZ was too tanky. After winning the team fight, Echo finally got the Lord. Another thing I want to point out is the similarities between the Bees and Orca's playstyle. They both want to overwhelm their opponents. Echo was definitely leading and they're making their way towards the Lord. But AP Bren managed to snipe Sanji down. Losing the number games isn't something anyone will like at this point in the match. And with that, AP Bren wins a team fight, and with the high death timers, the game.
Pero malalaman yata si Benny Cutie, nakuha at nalabanan, nahanap, Sanford's gonna be down habang si JP merong final flash pero hindi sa unti-unti na ngang mawawala ang buhay!
Match point for AP Bren, but what else can Echo bring to the table? They put JP on Guinevere and Sanford on Yuzong. AP Bren surprised us with something different though. They picked up the Luo Yi. Now, not much action happened in the early game, but they always make it a point to make the Lord fights interesting. In this fight, Sanford's Dragon form made a difference. AP Bren was zoned out, and with that, Echo secures the objective. While the Tagalog casters made a lot of on-point magician jokes, few really made things happen for AP Bren. But just like any illusion, Echo had the strength to break it. Benny Cutie knows he has to continuously target Super Marco, and when that condition is met, the tempo is handed over to the men in white and purple.
Magagalit doon sa may dragon pero nagamit na rin na dito ang special vibration.
Boy pa rin!
Diretso pa rin yata sila. Naku, napakasakit na nakaka-rotation! Pero Benny Cutie pa rin makakakuha ng kill.
Hinahabol na si Flap TC, kinakalmot, nakaiwas pa Bravest Fighter, pero
If securing the Lord was Echo's top priority, they definitely have it in the bag. Despite Echo walking alongside the Lord though, they still could not outsmart Ogwen or outdamage Carl TZ. Flap TZ even fully committed his skill set just to take down Carl TZ. Just when things are looking good for AP Bren, Echo did an immaculate play.
Meron pang gamit na play! Parang ka na lang yung Chiboy habang si Sanji dito makakakuha ng kill pero patay lang din naman. Mababaliktad pa nga yata! What was that?
They predicted where Few will place his diversion, Luo Yi's ultimate. Benny Cutie was nowhere to be found in the initial base team fight, but he made up for it by taking down the key players from AP Bren with JP and Sanji. The crowd goes wild as Echo pushes the series to a game number 3. Third and final game, everyone has one question in their mind. Which team will continue their win streak? It seems like the Orcas and the Bees like to start strong, because even in game number 3, they were really fierce. 7 minutes in, AP Bren managed to get a team fight win. With Kyle TC getting all the turtles, you'd think AP Bren will come down, right? But they didn't. They also managed to get 1 purple and 1 orange buff from Echo's side. Echo's bad decision so far though, they kept on fighting inside Super Marco's Zaman Force. Despite Flap TZ shoving the minions in the XP lane, AP Bren picked a fight in the mid lane. At this point, it was like their go signal is Super Marco's Zaman Force. Carl TZ did his best to isolate the damage dealers, but it was in vain. JP did not have Flicker nor Wild Charge, so Echo doesn't really have any counter engage. Few also went for Carl TZ's head, By the time Flap TZ was in the mid lane, it was go time for the Hive. A hot topic in the caster desk when it comes to the meta is the pos 5 Arlet. Interestingly enough, with Ogwen's final slash, AP Bren picks off Carl TZ and Sanford. Even though Echo tried their best to defend, the numbers game really weren't in their favor. As their hero lights go off, this matchup reaches its end. Orcas versus Bees, Water versus Air, AP Bren continues their win streak.